Hello, children. We are going to read the new chapter of Hornbill, that is, we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. There's a very beautiful statement that depends on human situation. Of course, in life, we are face to face with many circumstances. Some can be in our favor, some can be against us. Now, it is up to us. This is our mindset, how we face that situation. So, this is the title, We Are Not Afraid to Die. It is given by, the statement is said by a 7-year-old child. When he says this to father, that if you are with us, means family, then we can face any situation, we can survive. So, this is a autobiography of Gordon Cook. He had gone through this situation, very disastrous situation. The whole family has gone, but they did not give up. So, my advice, my message to all of you is there: situations can come and go. It is up to us how we are always positive in all the situations. Of course, if we are having the willpower, if we are determined to do, if we are determined to come out of that, we can. So, coming to the author, description of the author: Gordon Cook, born on December 3, 1978, in Toronto, a two-time Canadian Olympic sailor. He is a graduate of the engineering physics program at Queen's University, right? And he's a good sailor also. Along with that, he's a litigator, manager, and legal trainer. He's a co-founder of the Multi Academy Trust, Central Academic Trust, which has its aim improving standards in secondary education. Okay, so I'll just, because the vocabulary plays a very important role. There are few words, the synonyms but basically you should understand. So the vocabulary, just go through this slide: horning, seafaring, wooden hull, gales, mast, gigantic, jib, knots, lashed. Means different words are there. So I'll advise you to go through this vocabulary. Another one also. So just have a look of this. That will be beneficial for you when you are reading the chapter. And basically, main important thing is self reading. Read this story, and it is a very very inspirational and motivational story, just to tell you, just like the present situation you are going through, right? So we are blessed to have at least technology with us. So just imagine how the adverse circumstances come in our life and how we come out of that, right? Now, this was also the vocabulary part. Now, coming to the introduction, you can see the picture. This is a story of extreme courage and skill exhibited by Gordon Cook, his family, and crewmen in a war with water and waves for survival. So, in July 1976, the narrator, his wife Mary, son Jonathan, and daughter Suzanne set sail from Plymouth, England, to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. Okay, similarly, you are having some aims in your life now, so you want to do something like some great personalities. So, there is very important personality here, Captain James Cook, right? He had done this world voyage around 200 years before, and this Gordon Cook, he took the inspiration from this man, and he wanted to replicate, he wanted to duplicate the same thing as Captain James Cook did. And in the picture you can see the image of the boat. This is Wave Walker, okay? And they had made it themselves, and the different points you can see: the main sail, what is the mast? It's a main pole which holds the frame of the boat, bow, boom, cockpit, stern, rudder, cabin, right? So the different parts of boat are given here. Now, why he wanted to duplicate round the world voyage? Narrator, a 37-year-old businessman, and his wife Mary have dreamt to voyage around the world like the famous Captain James Cook. For the voyage, they have been perfecting their seafaring skills for the past 16 years. You just imagine, It is not like that something comes in our mind and like this we will start it. No, you will have to master the plan. You will have to excel in that point. If you are having that pin prick point in your mind na ki yes, we are going to reach there, so definitely you will reach. But first you just cover up your shortcomings. You just see that where you have to work on. So this family had spent 16 years in perfecting them. Okay, and moreover they got a professionally built 23-meter and 30-ton wooden hulled boat. So remember the name, Wave Walker. You can get in the MCQs also what was the boat, and how many years they perfected the skills. So the boat has been tested for months in the roughest weathers. They have tested this boat. They were very much sure that if any situation is there, then they should know how to come out of that. Now, the beginning of the voyage. So, in July 1976, the narrator, together with his wife and kids, remember the name, son Jonathan, 6 years, and daughter Suzanne, 7 years. So, they set sail from Plymouth, England. The initial period of the 3 year journey means they had planned this journey for 3 years, okay, from the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. It was very, very quite pleasant journey in the beginning. Before heading east, they employ two crewmen. Remember the name. Now there are six members on the ship. One is for the family member, and two are another crewmen, those who joined them, Larry Vigil and Herb Ziegler. So help them tackle one of the world's roughest seas. Of course, you need the people, the southern Indian Ocean. So they also joined them. So that was the first day, and after that, the second day they started encountering strong winds and alarming waves, right? So by December 25, they managed to reach 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. Despite the bad weather, the family celebrated Christmas on the boat. This is exactly your will to enjoy the life. No doubt they are facing this different circumstances which are dangerous for them, but they are always hoping for the best. So they celebrated their Christmas on the boat, but the weather started worsening with the passing time. Now, what was the catastrophe? The attack of the huge wave. Remember this thing, on the early morning of January 2, the family started facing strong, mighty waves and screaming winds. You just imagine. You just have to, imagery is that, picturize that thing in your mind. Okay, they attempted to slow down the boat by dropping the storm zib. You all very well aware about what is storm zib. I have explained earlier also. Just opposite to the mainsail, the storm zib is there. So they carry out life raft drill and prepare themselves for the worst case scenario by donning life jackets and oilskins. Everybody, you know about that, they had perfected them. They were having the alternatives also, that if anyhow they are going to be in trouble, what they will do. So they just prepared for any circumstances. So later in the evening, a perfectly vertical, huge, tremendous wave hit the deck of the boat, throwing the narrator off the boat. So he accepted his approaching death. Everybody will do this thing. Yes, now nothing can be done. So he accepted his approaching death and began to lose consciousness. So the boat is just about to overturn when another huge wave comes and turns it right back. I told you, miracle. So miracle can happen anytime. So when he accepted his death, so suddenly there was a wave which overturned the boat, and he was right back on the surface. So the narrator grabbed the guardrails and sailed into the boat's main boom. So he suffered many injuries. He had the injuries in the ribs and mouth, but he did not worry about that. He fought for the survival, the fight for the survival. Realizing that the ship had water in the lower parts, he instructed Mary to take the wheel while Larry and Herb pumped out the water. Then he checked on the children in the cabin and informed Sue about, means there were injuries to the children also. There was bump on the head. Okay, but still he said, "Ki don't pay attention. Just our basic purpose is survival." So the narrator begins waterproofing the gaping holes. Most of the water now deviated to the side. However, the hand pumps blocked due to debris, and the electrical pump got short circuited. So, fortunately, he had another electrical pump and he started draining out the water. Then both the crewmen, they were also pumping and steering all night long. Even the mayday calls were not answered. So mayday calls mean trying to contact through the radios, but there were no signal there. So how could they send their message? How could they ask for the help? Because they were in the remote corner of the world. So injuries of Suzanne and desperation to reach the land. Obviously, the children were, but one the thing is, I liked a lot, which means the children did not panic. In this situation, the children mostly panic, but these children are very courageous. There were injuries. Sue's head swells, her eyes go black, has a deep cut on her arm. Okay, so when the father asked about the injuries, and she said, "Don't worry. If you're trying to save us, then we are okay with that." You see the mindset of the child. So the family managed to survive for 15 hours since the wave hit the boat. So the water levels are controlled in a considerable level, but they still have the leaks below the waterline. So they decide to rest and work in rotations. Now the wave had left Wave Walker in a considerably bad state since it is not in a condition to make them reach Australia. Of course, they could not reach. That was means the Wave Walker was completely damaged to the keel. So they decided to reach the nearest island. Okay, Isle Amsterdam was a French scientific base where they decided to reach there. Unfortunately, the chances to reach the island were very slim because the wind and sea were not in their favor. Okay, besides their supporting engine were also damaged, so the chances were very few. But January 4 and 5, after pumping out the water for 36 hours continuously, they took a sigh of relief as just a few centimeters of water is left to be pumped out. So they decided to hoist the storm jib as the main mast is destroyed and hit towards the location of the island, because they could not hoist the main sail because of the mast. It was completely destroyed. So, having found some corned beef and crackers, they ate their first meal in 2 days. However, their relief was short lived. The weather started changing again, and this was also not in their favor. Okay, now courageous Jonathan, an ongoing struggle of the narrator. This is, I told you, miracle can happen at any time. So, as the narrator went to comfort the children, he was spellbound to see the fearlessness of his son Jonathan, who said he did not, simple statement, you read the title of the story, we are not afraid to die if we all are together. So that was a determination and courage. So the narrator double lashed the things. When you listen this thing from your children, obviously the parents will do means double efforts they will do. So he tried his best to protect the weakened starboard side. That evening, the narrator and his wife sat together holding hands because they were left hope now that they would be survived. Their end was approaching. But still, with all the moral support that he received from his children, he continued his efforts. And fortunately, Wave Walker sailed through the storm. He worked on the wind speed in order to calculate the exact position. While he was thinking, Sue, okay, she gave him a card with the caricature of love, gratitude, and optimism. Okay, I mean, both the children are very courageous. Though he is not very convinced, he instructed Larry to steer a course of 185 degrees, saying that if they were lucky, they could find that island, and then he went to sleep. Ultimate victory. Fortunately, they sailed on and managed to find that Amsterdam island by evening. On being informed about this, the narrator's joy knows no bound. Jonathan called him the best captain and the best daddy in the whole world. Soon they got off shore and reached the island with the help of the inhabitant. So stepping on the land, you just imagine karo, stepping on the land after such turmoil, the narrator's thoughts are filled with cheerful and optimistic. Larry and Herb, supportive Mary, a brave 7-year-old girl who did not want her parents to worry about her head injuries, a 6-year-old boy who is not afraid to die. So, at last, we can say that the collective power of unity and the never failing confidence of the sailors made it possible for them to survive and come out from the jaws of death. Thank you, everybody. Just go through this story once, and always keep your presence of mind high. Thank you so much.